Fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Are you bummed that Luke didn't get sort of a reunion with Han Solo?
Absolutely. In fact, when I was reading it, I thought, if Leia's trying to mentally contact me and she's not successful, she'll rush to his aid. She'll get close to him and then get into some dire situation, and that's when I show up for a big yay! Save her life. Then we rush to Han and are in the same position that Rey and Finn and Chewie are. Too late to save him, but witnesses. And I say, because it would carry so much emotional resonance into the next film. For us, his wife, his best friend to witness, instead of two characters that have known him, what, 20 minutes?
Well, you're assuming that I train Rey.
Exactly. Sneaky.
Do I?
Sneaky.
I know, I have to be really careful. People say, was it difficult to pick up and wield a lightsaber again? And I go, do I pick up?
Is it difficult acting in this movie? Am
Well,
I in this movie?
I can promise you my part is twice as big as it was in Force Awakens. When I read 8, I told Ryan, I fundamentally disagree with virtually everything you've decided about my character.
Who is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island. But you'll...
Something that George initially set out to do was a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies. And I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
I've kind of lost control of Star Wars, so it's going off in a different path than what I intended. But the first 6 are very much mine and my philosophy. And I think that philosophy sort of goes beyond any particular time, because it's based on history, it's based on philosophy, it's based on a lot of things. And you know, the first 3 basically tell you how a democracy turns into a dictatorship, and you end up with a tyrant, the emperor. It's a very important now, where we are now in our political history.
And as always, may the Force be with you.
I'm kind of retarded.
Fade in.
You got it?
All right. I think I'm alive. Can you hear me now?
Yay! I can hear you. Great. Jessi, I was popping in and out of the back room, everyone.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So my headphones, for whatever reason, it was like you were coming in and out. And then every time I unplugged and replugged, it froze the stream. So I had to refresh StreamYard. Yeah.
Yeah, StreamYard is weird on like tablets and phones. I always get that like static noise whenever I'm on my phone. And I hate it so much.
Yeah, it sucks. But right now, I can't hold a stream on my laptop for more than about a couple minutes at a time. My internet keeps being like, fuck you. So
the internet has been really shitty down here. I know we both have the same provider. I'm like, there's just too many people using it.
Yeah, for sure. It is a problem. I guess the virus didn't kill enough people. Controversial statement is controversial.
The first 5 minutes. But what's up, all my UX Girls, Droids, and Monkeys? It's Anna, also known as Stars Girl. I'm joined by the one and only Jessi Milestone from Mindless Entertainment, the God Empress herself, my wonderful co-host. And we're here again. For those of you that do not know, I have been going to bed about this time the past week. So it's a little bit past my bedtime. So if I'm low energy, I apologize. It is, I don't want to drink caffeine because I think after this stream, I'm going to go crash for a couple hours and then try to wake up and do like another closeout because it's the first 30 days of my campaign. I'm doing another 30 days, so nobody worry. But it is the first 30. So people said I needed to celebrate, and I was like, why? And they're like, just do it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that seems reasonable. Seems reasonable.
Let me see. That Star Wars girl, when is your next art stream? I honestly don't know. I don't have time to do it. Painting streams right now because when I'm not on camera, I'm literally working on either a cosplay or a video. So I don't have any free time right now, and it sucks. But once the photos are done, I will be able to get back to painting streams because I'm not working on making cosplay costumes.
Yeah, I can relate to that, not having enough hours in a day to do just like the bare minimum things that need to be done. It's like, yep, that's, I don't know. We're going into triage mode now because the bare necessities cannot all be covered in the minimum hours of the day.
How are you feeling after the massive Chick-fil-A feast yesterday? Careful dropping the kids off at the pool, by the way. Splashing attack sharks. Gosh dang it. I think you're Russell Hall, by the way.
That's fine.
I actually didn't get my Chick-fil-A. I didn't end up going. I was really hungry, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it to Chick-fil-A. So what I did was I just had a sandwich, and it was really good, and I didn't have to spend money. And I figured I would treat myself to Chick-fil-A, after I do something really monumental tomorrow. Which, by the way, I might not be there for the Jack show, everyone. Spoiler alert. But thank you for the super chat. I revealed to everyone my insane shark fear recently, Jessi, about sharks and pools and stuff, and everyone's teasing me.
Oh, that's rude. I used to fear sharks in the deep end of swimming pools. I used to have that highly irrational fear. I can relate. No, it's scary. It's a real thing. It's like for some reason you just get in the deep end and you're like, I don't know, maybe they'll eat
You're like, there's a fucking shark.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I believe that there is a shark in there, and there's nothing that can convince me otherwise.
Dude, I saw a photoshopped image of a shark in a swimming pool the other day, and I was like, no, why? Why would you do this to me? Why?
I saw that too,
Why,
and it's fucking terrifying.
Right? And I'm like, this is what I was afraid of. This is what I was convinced, what I've spent so many years convincing myself isn't real, and now you're presenting to me in a very realistic fashion. This is not okay.
Kyle, thank you for that. That Star Wars girl, did you seed limitedrungames.com is releasing a special edition co-pays of KOTOR for Xbox, Switch, and PC tomorrow. I think I saw something about that, but then I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy it just because I have the restored content mod for KOTOR 2, so I wasn't sure if I could get that with it, a limited edition thing. I wanted to get it for the Switch, so that way I could play KOTOR on the road, and I could probably connect Switch to like my Twitch channel and just stream it. But I don't know. Maybe if you guys in the chat can tell me. But before we get into any of that, let's check out the campaign. So for those of you that do not know, my wonderful co-host Jessi has a campaign going on as well.
I
so
do.
Mindless Fencing Studio. So Jessi is actually going to get a studio here in Southern California where she's going to be teaching fencing. So it's called a fencing club, but it's because that's a club where you practice fencing and stuff.
Yeah.
I will probably be popping in time to time to film Jessi while she's working and do, I don't know, probably some, we'll get into mischief together there.
Oh, God, yeah. We're going to have many adventures.
Yes. But so if you guys want to help support Jessi in getting funding to start her fencing club, this is the IndieGoGo. It is actually the first link in the description of this live stream. So go check it out. Go back it. There's a bunch of tiers here, which I'm going to have Jessi go through in a moment. Let me post this link in the chat. My wonderful mods can share it out. But Jessi, do you want to give us the elevator pitch?
Oh, yes, of course. So Milestone Fencing Studio, as Anna said, my endeavor to start a fencing studio is out here in Pasadena. But if you're not out here and can't join it, there's still a million reasons to support for just $5 at the very, very base tier. Let's see, that one is the featured one. Is you'll be a founder. Anybody, and anybody, you can just drop $5 on this little campaign, becomes a founder of Milestone Fencing Studio. Your name gets put on the banner, hung proudly in the fencing club. So you get to attach yourself to what is going to be a very, very successful business venture. And then everything else, we've got awesome swag. We've got a digital print. There is a button. You got the logo on a beanie. You got it on a t-shirt. You can get the featured perk up top was all of it for just $100. And then all of the swag and everything comes with the digital print as well as the banner. Then we do have celebrity perks. If you can attend our grand opening, you'll get to meet Isaac and do your photo in person. If not, we will send you a personalized autograph from him. You'll get all the swag as well as a shirt for Saber Scream Pasadena, which is the club we're partnering with to start our program. And then we have 2 founding member tiers where if you are actually local or if you want to donate or gift those lessons to somebody or have a little lesson scholarship set up in your name, you can back at those tiers. One comes with 10 free lessons, one comes with 50 free lessons that never expire. So those are great ways to either help support, a community project that's going to help a lot of people, become physically fit, improve their minds, improve their lives in a lot of ways, and also get some sweet swag. Plus, help us get into this awesome space where, like Anna said, she's going to be coming by. We're going to be able to do movie nights. We're going to be able to do get-togethers. We're going to be able to display her art. We're going to be able to do all kinds of crazy things. So there's a lot of great reasons why Milestone Fencing Studio is in your best interest to see it come to life.
Who's this? This is new.
Yeah, so this is Coach Blue. So he finally got me all the info to add him on. So Saber Scream Pasadena is a small recreational program that Blue has been running for several years now in, obviously, Pasadena. He's been a friend of mine since I got into the coaching game out here. And so we are joining forces. He's got students. He's got some equipment. He's got a great mind for community outreach. And so we're going to join together. We already work really well together on every front. So ever since we've gotten to the business front together, it's just been super simple. It's been like, all right, what do we do about this thing? Let's do that. That makes sense. Okay, how about this? We're on the same page. Great. And so it's like everything is about this is already, it's all going. That's why I say like it's a slam dunk. Put $5 into this. Put your name on a banner at a successful business. I already have a student who's a national medalist. Who regularly makes the podium in the event that's like above her age group. And people have been taking notice. We have clients ready to walk in our door. So it's always nice to be part of a success. And I'm very excited. Oh my God, I just saw we got a new contribution. So thank you. Clearly, I guess my pitch reached somebody. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to get it up and going with you. And I did volunteer my services to do some murals and stuff. Jessi wants to make it Lord of the Rings-esque.
I do.
I feel like I should just paint a silhouette of Inigo Montoya on the wall.
That also is very acceptable and necessary.
What if I did that? What if I just, one of the things that a lot of people do is they sketch it out and then they use a projector to make it big. And I could literally just do silhouettes of Wesley and Inigo fencing across the walls.
That would be awesome. That would be pretty freaking awesome.
We can film it. I'm doing a mural. But so God, everyone yes. Go support Jessi's campaign. Even if you're not able to go and see the fencing club or go to the grand opening, you can still help support it by that top tier is literally just $5. So instead of sending me super chats, go back Jessi's campaign.
Thank you.
It goes to a better cause than YouTube taking out 30% of the $5.
Also, in addition, I have Milestone Fencing Studio, the YouTube channel now, where I am going to be producing a lot of content that's anybody anywhere will be able to learn a little bit more about fencing, get some ideas, see some fun stuff, and maybe learn a little bit about it, maybe get interested, maybe, decide to sign up.
You know what you should do? You should review Captain Picard fencing in Star Trek.
I should definitely.
That would be great. Because there's actually a very specific duel where him and Guinan If you did a breakdown of that, I feel like that would blow up.
I should do that. Maybe I'll get Dr. Alex. He's the Doctor Who guy. He did a great series of top 10 movie sword fights, and he did like full analyses of some great ones. He's a fencer as well. So maybe that would be a fun. That's a great idea, actually.
I'd watch it and just to see what your take is on it.
I'd make that
everyone,
video.
The link for this is in the very first one in the description of this video. So go and go support Jessi. Count Dooku, thank you for super chat. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Watch Simcast 2. All of the women there were class acts except Brittany Venti. She's a little... Oh my... Please be nice. Clearly hated how much attention you got over her. No, she didn't. She was fine. That was our first time meeting. Most of us, we all only knew Chrissy, except for me and obviously Nina know each other. It was, I think, for a stream where all of us didn't really know each other, it was actually a pretty good stream and it flowed well.
I just would like to say...
Be nice to Brittany.
I would like to say, Anna, you are doing a wonderful thing for simps. Like, you're really helping the name of simps everywhere, because it's really not fair. People like to neg on simps these days. People like to treat simps like there's something wrong with them. And I'm like, simps make the world go round. Like, without simps, and also, by the way, the only people who neg on simps are incels. Like, regular guys and regular people who are like out there getting some, they're not negging on simps. They're not worried about that. It's only people who are not getting any and are mad about it, who get mad at other people who are totally fine appreciating somebody and not getting any from them. That's the people who neg on simps. So simp hatred, stop the simp hatred. I support simps for life.
I don't just think it's that. I think it's people that it's not that they're mad at the simps. It's that they're jealous of the people that the simps are simping for.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
That's where I see a lot of anger coming from. They get pissed. They're like, why are you simping for that person? I see a lot of that with like people that hate that I simp for Henry Cavill. And they're like, why are you simping for him? You're a creepy stalker. And I'm like, he's literally Superman. If I were to simp for any man, I think that would be the one that everyone would understand why.
Pretty worthwhile.
It's Superman, James Bond, basically any guy that's able to play a superhero of that caliber. I mean, come on. But but I explained this on the first Simpcast that I did. I'm like, I didn't understand the simp, but then, I didn't choose the thug life. The thug life chose me, and I didn't choose to be a simp. The simp life chose me. So I will never judge a man for simping for a woman, because I 100% understand. Like I said many, many times, if Henry sold his bathwater, I would buy it. If Henry had a Twitch channel, I would stop whatever I was doing every time he was live, and I would donate. So if he had an OnlyFans, I would be his #1 subscriber.
See,
I'm not kidding. So as weird as you guys might think that is, I understand the simp life. And heck, if I was an adult when Antonio Banderas was in his prime, I would be doing the exact same thing, because Antonio Banderas was my original Henry Cavill. And I mean, that man is still beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think, though, I couldn't close my eyes around him, because then I would just see Puss in Boots. But yeah, I understand the simp life. Andy McCallum, thank you for that. Back both of these wonderful ladies, folks. Aw, thank you,
Andy.
A rooster and a black heart. Well, thank you.
Andy, it's a chicken, because he, Andy's the chicken farmer in the Mindless Mob.
Oh, okay.
He's also the town whore, so we love him.
Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. I suggest murals copying the illustrated techniques from old fencing manuals. You'll find plenty of examples online. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look at I'm going to look at real life reference and draw from there. You should never copy a drawing unless you're looking for specific inking techniques. You're better looking from a photo. The best you're going to get is from real life.
Also, if you look up these online old school fencing manuals, they're the most retarded and anatomically incorrect things ever. They are they're ridiculous.
Stephen Kraft, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Jessi. I was just mailed a copy of Stealing Solo, but I have the copy with Anna's great cover Jeff gave me in Vegas. Do you want the unopened copy back so some other lucky connoisseur can buy it?
No, Steven. The copy that Jeff gave you in Vegas was a gift because he was so appreciative of meeting one of his fans and so appreciative that you did back the book. So that is a gift. So you can do with that what you will. If you'd like to keep one unopened, open the other, gift your second copy along to somebody else. It's totally up to you. But thank you so much for supporting Stealing Solo.
Yeah, thanks for backing the cover. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry, but I have zero respect for sopas of any kind. Despise them. Truth be told, here's $5, by the way. Thank you, Russell Hall.
I see what you did there.
Russell Hall.
I see what you did there.
I know, right? But all right, so let's do a little refresh on Jessi's. I know that you said you got a backer, so thank you. Yes, she went up by $10, so thank you. Thank you to people that are backing her.
That's a cool print. That's the digital print. That is a really, it's like, it was actually a professional photographer who happened to be a friend of a friend who was visiting from Germany. And he was like, oh my God, you're a fencer. My whole thing is photographing athletes in outside of their natural environment. So we went up to a hilltop, did some fencing photos. Yep. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Huzzah.
Wait, what? Why does Anna drink so strangely? It's because it's a straw and I don't want to get my lipstick inside the straw. Why are you focusing so much on how I'm drinking my soda? That's weird.
Just a little bit.
But all right, let me check. Where's my little tab? Let's check my campaign. I know people were screaming at me because it's at 666, which, by the way, thank you, everyone. I'm going to take a photo of that because I think that that's funny. So we're at $46,700. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. You might not want to do that straight into the microphone.
It's
okay. It got really loud all of a sudden. But thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. Apparently, there's only 9 hours left. I don't know if I'm going to be awake in 9 hours. Maybe I can sleep, but I'm going to do this for another 30 days. This is just the first 30 days, and it's going to be the first 30 days closeout. I asked the guys how to set up for the next 30 days and none of them answered my question. So we'll see, we'll see if I'm able to, figure that out in time. But, I think I was told that it went up because people were like, get it off 666. So, I'm going to do a little refresh. Whoa, thank you. We got 668 backers. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, this is the first 30-day closeout. We're at $43,780. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I actually just announced another cosplay that I'm going to be doing. So like it says here, following months and characters will be announced on my YouTube channel in featured videos. So I did a whole, video of me transforming into Rogue, and that was the first one. That's the one that started it off because I wasn't even planning on doing a calendar, and everyone yelled at me to do one. And so then I was like, all right, I'll do it. And then the next video that I posted was me transforming into Alita Battle Angel. I got the nice sword and everything. And so that video is up there. The links for all these videos, if you guys want to watch me transform into these characters, is in the IndieGoGo itself. And then the next character I decided to cosplay as was Catwoman. Now, that was actually one of the featured photos, but that was just a placeholder image because I knew that I wanted to, spruce up my Catwoman cosplay, so I did, and I had to make a few things. And so if you guys want to see me put this whole entire look together and transform into Catwoman, that video is also linked. And then the most recent one was Padme. So I transformed, and I released that video yesterday of me transforming into Padme as the Senator Amidala on Geonosis. And like I said in that video, I'm going to, have my hair photoshopped, obviously, because I do not have the brown hair anymore. So that will be fixed in post. But if you guys want to see me transform into Padme, that video is there. I do the makeup and the hair and obviously the costume breakdown and all of that. And I had to make the blaster, the child's toy Halloween prop that I got from a Halloween store blaster that I painted. YouTube overlords. So that video is up there on my channel as well. There's a whole playlist of me doing transformation, so it's easier for everyone to find if you want to watch them in order. And so that is up on my channel. But yeah, so everyone, the link for this is in the description of the video. My mods have been posting it intermittently. I really appreciate all of the wonderful support. It's absolutely mind-blowing because this was something that I wasn't even planning on doing, and I just got yelled at to do, so I did it. And it's true, you know, give the audience what they want. You guys asked for this, and I said, okay, I'll give you what you want, and you guys are proving that you really do want it. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There you go.
I'll do a little refresh before we move on to something else. Nothing but thank you. I appreciate it. Now back to me and Jessi. And Jessi's packing up all your stuff.
Yeah. So were you surprised to hear the KK news from yesterday?
No.
Not in the slightest.
No, I mean, I did 2 videos about how I was right. Literally, so when the whole Patty Jenkins, her Rogue Squadron movie was put on indefinite hold, I said it in my video. I'm like, I guarantee you and she's going to go do Cleopatra and Wonder Woman 3 because she gets respect from Warner Brothers and she gets to work with her best friend Gal Gadot. So why on earth would she work with Kathleen Kennedy? I mean, look at what happened with Solo. How many different directors did that movie go through? Why on earth would she work under a microscope like that when she has complete freedom at Warner Brothers? Bless you. And I even said, I was like, maybe the Cleopatra, bless you. Maybe the Cleopatra one is getting filmed on location or something, so there's less COVID restrictions and stuff like that. But I said it in my video. I'm like, I guarantee you it's because she didn't want to put up with KK's fucking insanity. And then the next day, or I guess a few days after that, all of a sudden everyone's like, rumor is that it's because of creative differences. I'm like, so you mean exactly what I said? And I was like, I was fucking right, bitches.
Yep.
And then the news came out about Kathleen Kennedy's contract continuing. And I was like, well, no fucking shit. I mean, the woman didn't get booted out for being like best friends with Harvey Weinstein. And she knew Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, come on. That woman isn't going anywhere. She is way too powerful. And guess who's in charge of her contract? Oh, yeah, she is. She controls her contract. She is the president of Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
She makes the decision on how long her contract is.
I like how people like to forget that. Like, unless Disney wants to actively force her out, which they're not going to do unless they have a feasible replacement, or unless the board, like, I guess they probably have some way, you know, there's probably some way the board could vote her out if they felt like she was actually failing the company, you know, vote of no confidence kind of thing. Like they did to Chancellor Valorum. Yeah. Every time I hear of like vote of no confidence, I just all I think of is episode 1.
Because I put Darth Vader on it, but I haven't.
But yeah, so outside of that, it's like, yeah, I just think people forget too. Like people forget that the way that the business of Hollywood works is not the way that regular people work. It doesn't matter that we can so clear as day see all of her failures at the helm of this franchise. All that matters is what she can sell to the shareholders. And if she can convince them that any of the failures are not her fault and that, oh my God, The Mandalorian, their big slam dunk was 100% due to her, that's all she has to do to keep everybody happy with her in her position. You know, and it's easy right now with the prevailing winds in Hollywood. Oh, why does everybody hate me? But because they can't stand to see a woman in charge. And that, you know,
exactly.
It's like, it's just this whole joke. We were talking about this last night. People had this, were like wrapped up in this ridiculous lie that if somehow we could all yell loud enough that they would listen to us. And no, there was no universe in which they give a shit what we think. If the money is there, that's all they care about. Unless we can produce content that takes money away from them, which many of us are starting to do, that's what matters. But the people who just want to try to yell louder and louder and louder, and the less they're heard, the more extremely they loud, they're not doing anything. They're not getting anywhere. And those are the only people who were surprised to hear that, yeah, Fuckface's contract got renewed because no shit, the bad guy wins.
Well, no, you know what else it is Ethan had this guy on his stream a week or two ago, and he explained how it's it's not even just that. It's the reason why every single company is going woke with no need to, like Gillette or like Heinz and all of that stuff. Because did you know Heinz' new mascot is a little black girl that's a superhero of ketchup?
Fuck.
You didn't hear about that? Oh yeah,
No.
Heinz is like diversity. So each one of their different ketchups is like a minority. I just saw this and I was like rolling my eyes. But so the reason why all of these companies that don't need to be doing all this SJW nonsense because it loses the money, like something like ketchup, it's like really like you don't even need to do marketing. People are just gonna buy it because you're Heinz and you're the #1 brand for ketchup. You
Yeah.
know? Well, so it has to do with hedge funds, and so it's a way for the companies to buy their stock back. And so this was implemented by Obama. I don't think he knew what was going to happen with it. But so what happens is, so, like boys and girls clubs, teachers unions, nurses unions, doctors unions. So they have hedge funds that I guess can give money to certain companies. And it has something to do with the company's stock as well. I'm not the best versed person on this. You'd have to watch, an expert explain it. But once you actually get into it, it's like, wow, this makes so much sense. So that gives companies obscene amounts of money if they get sponsored by these hedge funds, because all of these hedge funds want to put money into companies that are doing better for communities and doing better for LGBTQ, for minorities, for girls and, women and stuff like that. So if a company like Heinz can say, oh, well, now our mascot is a little black superhero girl, well, then the Teachers Union of America can do something with their hedge fund money into their company stock. But then what the company can do is buy their own stock back. And so it makes their company worth more money. So the more woke stuff that's in it, the more money they can make. And so it doesn't even matter if we buy something. If we go pirate the movie instead of seeing the movie, if we don't buy the toys, if we don't buy any of the merchandise, it doesn't matter because they're getting much more money from the other places.
So yeah, like special interest groups, basically. It's
called
basically
TSG is what they're saying.
So it's kind of basically like the lobbying system that's corrupted politics has basically ruined consumer economics as well.
Yeah.
That sounds like the bottom line, which that makes perfect sense. And actually that does explain exactly why those companies continue to pander. If that's,
exactly. That's why more companies are doing it, because they're learning about it. And it doesn't matter how much we put into it. They're getting monies from other sources that get funding that don't rely on consumers.
And that at the end of the day, that money is all funneling. It all comes from the top, right? It all comes from the top down. It all comes from the top reaches of government and the top, purveyors of wealth in the country or in the economy, who want to peddle that social divide, these tribalistic mentalities, because that's how they can peddle fear, and fear is the easiest tactic for control. You want someone to buy your shit? Fear. You want someone to do what you say? Fear. You want someone to not do what you say or do it, do the opposite? Fear. Like it's all control tactics. And I was having a conversation with my friend earlier today. I was like, yeah, just put on the tinfoil hat for a second. Like, you hear all this shit that says that our planet is going to die in the next 100 years unless we chill out with this climate change stuff. And so you think about it, right? This is like Pascal's wager, right? Pascal said it is better to live a religiously moral life than not, because if you do and it turns out there is no God, then it doesn't matter. You just lived a good life. It's whatever. But if you don't do it and it turns out that you're wrong, then you're fucked and you end up burning in hell forever. So the consequence of living an amoral life and then being right is that you just die. There's nothing happens. But then same thing if, the whole point is basically if you choose to live a religiously moral life, you can't lose. That's kind of the question, the thing we're approaching here, where it's like, all right, if there's a chance that our planet could become uninhabitable within the next century because of climate change, shouldn't we all want to probably do the things? Because realistically, if everybody gets on board, it's not everybody only has to do a very small amount. It's like, okay, that's fine. But then what if the reason, because I keep saying economics has become so short-sighted. You used to see economics where people understood how to build wealth over time, how to build systems that created passive income or exponentially, grew as money-making machines and provided for them, their whole families, their future generations, etc. Now you don't see a whole lot of providing for future generations. You see people who have built these great empires who are very, very comfortable pissing them all away to make a buck right now in their lifetime. And so you put the tinfoil hat on for a second and you go, maybe these guys go, yeah, that science sounds pretty valid that we're fucking up the whole planet. It's going to be uninhabitable pretty soon. And I don't think we're really going to be able to reverse course in time. So why don't I just enjoy myself to the greatest extent of my ability? Fuck everybody else. Let them all die and whatever. I'm like, you know what?
Elon Musk will get us to Mars.
That's what we have to hope. We have to hope. It's a very Squid Game-esque worldview, but that's why do you think that that show's so popular?
I know. What would people do for that? I mean, it's crazy. It's just like, I honestly think that if Squid Games was real, there'd be a ton of people that would do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gotcha. I'm easily in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind.
I think I probably know people who would sign up to do it.
Oh, I 100% know people. I'm over here like, fuck, I would die. Like, I wouldn't even have a chance. I would fucking die. I mean, somebody would either kill me or, I mean, something would happen.
I've been a polarizing individual since I was like 5. Yeah, I would get killed by somebody like immediately. They'd be like, fuck you. I hate your hair's too short. Die.
If it was like a mind game, I would probably win, where it's like you don't have to come in contact with any other human. Like I might survive, but I mean, I'm not kidding myself here. I know that there's people that are much more physically fit than me, much more intelligent than me, much more, even if it doesn't have to do with intelligence, but much more clever than I am. And I'm actually glad, because if I was the, I guess an Adonis and a genius and all of that, if I was the number one in all of those things in the world, we'd be fucking screwed, because I can't even remember what I did yesterday. So yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, it's either I'd have to be really fucking lucky or have no contact with anyone else and maybe know everything beforehand.
Yeah.
Like some of the games, I was like, I might be able to have figured it out. But even the tug of war game, like, are you kidding me? Whatever team I'm on would probably lose because I'm tiny.
I don't know. The old man had the strategy. It's a good strategy.
Yeah.
I have been privy to. I mean, fencing's a great sport to demonstrate that brains sometimes can defeat brawn, even in contests where it seems physical strength is the primary factor.
Oh yeah, isn't that what's his name? The kid, David and Goliath.
Yep. Yep. But one well-placed shot.
I'm not David. I can't sling a rock at a giant and kill him.
But
so that's not something I can do.
That's also Mulan, though. That's why I always say, like, it's so dumb that they went to make this stupid live-action version. How Disney doesn't realize what it's already had in its catalog. Mulan is one of the greatest feminist stories they've told, because you tell a story about a woman who can be the equal to the men around her by using her brain. Oh my God.
And also still having a love interest.
Exactly. A really fucking sexy one. A masculine one.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Shang, I'll put my hair up and pretend to be a boy, and you can sing me, I'll make a man out of you.
Oh, yeah. Would you like to stay for dinner? Would you like to stay forever?
I remember when that was on Netflix, they cut that line out of the movie, and me and my friend, like me and Saf, were watching it while we were drawing, and we're both like, do you want to stay forever? And then we both looked at each other like, did she say it? Did we miss it? And so we replayed it, and we're like, they took out the line in Mulan. What bullshit?
Why? Is it too rapey?
I guess so. Okay,
it's the only thing I can think of.
I'm going to read a couple of super chats, but then there's actually, speaking of that topic, I wanted to talk to you about, because I wanted to vent about how stupid this thing was. Okay, so blow up Wrestle Hall thing is about, there's only one more month left in the year, and I know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the campaign for another 30 days, which will be right, before, or it gets right in the mid-December, so December 17th, which is the day that the Spider-Man movie comes out. It's also the Munchkins' birthday. Well, I guess it's not exactly... Would it be the 17th? I don't know. 30 days from now. So it'd be mid-December. And so that way I'll already have ordered all of the calendars. They should actually be here at my house by then. And then after the 30 days is over, I'll go in demand until I am completely sold out of all the calendars that I've ordered. And I am over ordering on purpose. And so that way, people that are ordering it in the second half of the month, closer to the end of those 30 days, will actually be I'll be shipping out the calendars by then. Hopefully the shipping doesn't, like the shipping to me doesn't go wrong. Because once I get everything and I start shipping it, I take it straight to the distribution center for Southern California. And so people actually get their orders much quicker than they usually would.
Nice. Our post office has actually been really good when we take it to. We have a big one up here.
That's nice. I know it's like there's Orange County, then there's LA ones. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I drink, therefore I am. Thank you for that. Hail, ladies, back both of these amazing projects. Remember, any day that ends with Y is a good day to drink, especially after backing these projects. Hey, well, there you go.
Thank you so much. That's the patron saint of the mindless mob, by the way.
You have all these fancy names for things. John Forge, thank you for that. 2 iconic queens, Star Wars KK still present. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, it's like it's the sad inevitability.
Well, I mean, she's not going anywhere until she wants to, and that's exactly what I said in my video. And I mean, for anyone and here's the thing, I know people were all, hyped up on rumors and stuff, guys. I can read Reddit and 4chan too. I've seen the rumors. And I can tell the difference between a rumor on 4chan than, a real life situation. And I said, I was like, it's just common sense.
There's an individual who will not be named who has made at least 43 different videos on Kathleen Kennedy getting fired rumors. So,
I mean, there's so many videos of, I feel like it's ever been since The Last Jedi, there's videos of Kathleen Kennedy's getting fired. She's leaving Lucasfilm. And it's like, I mean, maybe at first, when it first started happening, it's like, oh, Solo lost money, she's going to get fired. That's when I was like, okay, maybe. But I think I've been red-pilled to the reality of the situation. And I'm like, that woman's not going anywhere until she dies.
No, and that's the thing is, yeah, I mean, the rumor mongers, basically, it's unfortunate because the rumor mongers disguise themselves as people who are on your side. And what they've actually done is realize they can make a buck off of you by offering you wish fulfillment. And it sucks because Jeff was talking about this in relation to the Spider-Man trailer, actually, how wish fulfillment and rumor mongering actually completely, like, it's going to ruin this movie. And they were talking about that on the High Council as well, and put it in good perspective, where you basically, because of the rumors of what is supposedly going to be in this movie, fans have bought into these rumors. Their expectations are so high that there's no possible way for the movie to actually meet them. And it's going to, like, I mean, there are people who are ready to riot if there's no Tobey Maguire and or Andrew Garfield in this movie. And yet, what assurances do we actually have that they're going to be in it or have any real part?
Well, I've seen the leaked photos that YouTube strikes if you post them.
So, were those the John Campea ones?
I don't think so. It's Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, and they're like in rafters.
Because there were some, because apparently John Campea released some photos, and he like put his watermark on it to give them, say they're authentic. But Jeff called bullshit on those. You can ask him more about why, but he basically called bullshit on that. Now, based on the way they're setting up this movie, I don't think it makes any logical sense for it to be a big climax where all three of them are fighting together. But, I mean, if I'm wrong, that'd be great. It's one of those weird things, too, where, like, if they're going to have a prominent role, why wouldn't you tease the appearance, right? Like, there's no logical marketing reason to completely keep Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield out of the press, out of being even hinted at in the, official press prior to this happening, unless they're waiting to drop it in like trailer 2 or 3.
I am on the opposite. I think that they are totally in this movie. And that's me. I don't even really like Spider-Man, but I think that they're both in it. And I mean, it would be stupid of them not to.
I suspect they'll have cameos, but I don't think they're going to have any big roles.
They'll be stupid not to.
I agree, but I think that they'll be stupid.
Russell Hall, thank you for that. Backdoor socialism isn't as fun as it sounds. Thank you for the super chat. I think I saw a few more. And sorry, guys, there's like something in my eye that I've been trying to get out all day, and I just can't seem to get it. So I don't know if I should put like drops in it or I don't know, pull my eyelids off at this point, basically. Russian Bob, thank you for that. Congratulations on the success of the campaign. Thank you. Russell Hall, thank you for that. Pascal Wager leads a social cohesion and virtuous world, whereas following the climate change narrative leads to economic collapse and neo-stead form.
Neo-serfdom.
Serfdom. Here's the thing. I'm always fucking cold. I'm okay with the planet getting warmer.
I'm not okay with like my
I'm not
house
okay with
burning
like our
down.
planet dying and plants dying and losing oxygen and all that. But I'm saying if it was 70 degrees all year, I'd be happy. Preferably 80.
Yeah.
But 70 is good. I can deal with that.
Unfortunately, then you get the melting of the ice caps, which causes the change of the Gulf Stream, which causes the major climate shifts, which actually then it's funny because the day after tomorrow was actually based on the prevailing science, although that wouldn't have happened in 2 days. And those
I actually like that movie.
I enjoyed the movie a lot too, but it's actually based on true climate potential projections of what could happen if enough ice melted to shift the Gulf Stream.
But hey, then we could live in Antarctica.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, everyone freaks out that, oh, it's going to cause economic collapse. Okay, you see, the thing is, clean energy requires a lot of fucking work and jobs too. It's not like clean energy means we're suddenly sourcing it directly from the heavens. You still have to build solar farms and maintain them, wind farms, nuclear power plants, which, by the way, that's a whole other thing, because realistically, nuclear energy is one of the best forms of clean, sustainable energy. But we are all terrified of it because we're supposed to be, because let's see, once science demonstrated that nuclear energy was probably the safest and most efficient form of clean energy, after all of the, missteps and failures, conventional forms of energy went, fuck, they found a solution. We have to convince everybody that nuclear meltdowns are going to happen left, right, and center if we go to nuclear energy.
Well, it's funny because, I mean, just look at France. France have had the same nuclear power plants for at least 40 years now, and they haven't had any problems because they keep those places immaculate, and they haven't really had to change their system. And so it's like, just look at what the fact that France, no offense if you are French, but the fact that France is the leading source of nuclear energy on the planet, I mean, come on.
The thing is, you also don't have to, care about climate change to understand that fossil fuels are a finite resource. And that, it's in our benefit to eventually figure out alternatives to that, like nuclear energy. Like, finite is finite. So,
all right. Honestly, Jessi, I think that they already have, and they just won't do it because it will shift the powers. It'll shift the powers of the world. Then the Middle East won't control all the oil. I mean, there's so much oil just in the United States and in Canada. And I mean, because dinosaurs were everywhere, everyone. There's plenty of fucking oil throughout basically every continent. I don't know about Antarctica, but I'm sure that there's oil there too. There's oil in the ocean. There's oil everywhere. But for whatever reason, the Middle East controls it. And so it's like, if we switched from oil to something else, which I'm sure, it's like, I honestly believe that whole theory that every single disease has already been cured. I think AIDS has already been cured. I think cancer, they already found a cure for it. But it's the pharmaceutical companies that will lose all of that money if people all of a sudden stop dying of diseases.
I'm not convinced that they have already found the cure, but I do think that the research and the science exists to find the cure, and they just don't care to find it because of those same.
Or they're suppressing it.
Yeah, they're suppressing. That's why I say, too, it's not going to be the U.S. that does come out with these miracle cures, because we are driven by that type of economy. There are some other countries who still have advanced medical systems that are not beholden to those types of economies that actually, still have the potential to produce altruistic results. But they are few and far between.
What does anything I have to do have anything to do with Christopher Lambert? Oh, because I said French. I like Christopher Lambert. I don't like him as much as my mother does, but I like him.
He's a guy.
Just Nova thing. I think people should bring attention to conservation, but the government shouldn't control it, nor us. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, the idea of the perfect world, there is no form of control whatsoever. There's just free access to information so that people are able to make up their own minds, and that's a purely free world. The problem is, so long as there are the powers that be can control your access to information, we cannot really take true steps towards that free world. We can only delude ourselves into thinking we are while actually being willfully misled by the people who control our information.
Russell, thanks for that. Wind and solar disrupt bird migration paths, which actually could lead to mass extinction events. As far as for nuclear, will enjoy the runoff from Fukushima.
Skyscrapers do more harm to bird migration paths than wind farms do.
I feel like the wind farms are always where you don't even see animals.
Yeah.
And
I mean, yes.
I feel like wind energy is so unreliable too, because it's like, what if it's not windy that day?
Prevailing winds. There's always enough prevailing winds to create sustainable. The biggest problem with forms of energy is not actually getting it; it's storing it. Because having enough energy is not over time. Averaging out over time is not the problem. Being able to store enough of it when it's bountiful to have it when it's less bountiful is the problem. One of the coolest things that they're doing with that actually are those 3 fucking towers out by when you drive to Las Vegas. It's like molten salt that is, they have all these mirrors reflected on it to keep it superheated, to keep it molten. And some other process, it like creates this, basically it harnesses just reflects the sun and creates this energy loop. And because of how superheated it is, it continues to stay molten and run even like through the night. So basically it does create enough energy to sustain itself and store it and keep running without its natural energy source. So that's pretty cool. Science. I mean, to me, it's just like, when you think about that, new forms of energy, different forms of energy, it's science, it's innovation, it's discovery. When you think about rejecting all of that to keep everything the same old way, I'm like, okay, I mean, that's one way to do life, but I don't think it's that interesting. Like, that's the base point. I just think it's not very interesting to want to force everybody to stay in the same place all the time.
What do you mean stay in the same place?
With that, like, if there are alternatives to energy, why are we so against letting people explore them? Because I agree with this previous super chat that says the government should not be regulating and telling us what to do. But by the same token, they also shouldn't be doing things to stop us from exploring those things and developing those things as well. And that's where I feel like we're at, where it's like, we can't get away from one or the other. We can't get away from a government that's either trying to tell us exactly how we're supposed to deal with energy and what to do with it, or a government that's trying to tell us, no, you can only do it this one way, the old way, and fuck you for trying to change things. So
I know. I mean, if you look at 1900 to 2000, all of the things that America invented and all the changes in the world, and then look at what we just got a better iPhone. We've gotten like a few better things, but I feel like we've had like such a stunt in our growth and in our inventions because there's so many restrictions. Like the fact that we're not even allowed to collect rainwater, the fact that that's illegal is one of the biggest bullshit laws I've ever heard. Yeah, you don't know that? It's illegal to collect rainwater.
Why? Because God forbid we should.
Then you're getting free water and you're not getting as much water from the water companies that run your section of whatever city or town you live in.
That's retarded.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No. Fuck that. I will do what I want. The rain is free. You do not control it. If someone tries to arrest me for collecting...
Wait, nobody knew that?
Nope. I believe it 100%, but I did not know that. That's bullshit. I will rebel.
Yeah. So you're not allowed to. It's illegal to collect rainwater. If they find out that you are, you can like even face. I think it's you get a huge fine, and I think you can even face prison time.
That's ridiculous.
It's 100% ridiculous.
Absolutely preposterous.
It's illegal.
Preposterous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of it, though, I think that they did that because of farmers, because in California specifically, there's a lot of controversy over water rights. So there's a huge reservoir actually right by where I grew up. And so that all of the water there comes down to Southern California because Southern California is actually a desert. And so without the water from Northern California, we wouldn't be able to shower, we wouldn't have running water because all of our water comes from Northern California. So if you drive up like the 99 or the 5, which are the two highways that go through California, you'll see all of these signs about water and how farmers aren't getting water because if you live in certain counties, the water that actually would be your water from rain or from wells goes to Southern California. So farmers only have a limited amount of water that they can use per year. And so once that water is out, they don't have anymore. They don't have access to it. So
because rich motherfuckers in Beverly Hills need to take 30-minute boiling hot showers every single morning and night.
Exactly. So it's a big controversy. So the whole let's break California up into 3 states will never happen because without Northern California's water, Southern California would go back to being a desert because there's no way for us to get water down here.
Because that's it used to be that the majority of Southern California's water came from the Colorado River, but that has changed over the past. I think it's just the past decade or so where that stopped being a value the primary source or a reliable source for SoCal to get its water, and that's kind of part of what fueled a lot of our really, really extreme drought situations lately. Is that when we've had more and more extreme droughts, and our water system, our availability to water is so limited.
Well, yeah, so a bunch of farmers were like, fuck this, we're just going to get a bunch of troughs and stuff, and whenever it rains, we're going to collect water. And I think that that's probably one of the big reasons why that law was created.
That's so stupid.
It's insanely bizarre and fucked up. Argentico 2003, thank you for the super chat. When they moved away from petroleum, when the communists took over, it went really well in Venezuela. Oh God.
That is definitely a straw man argument. Those two things do not necessarily have anything to do with each other. Just because they may have been connected in one instance does not mean those two things are necessarily connected. It is completely preposterous to say that anytime somebody tries to switch away from oil, that it is going to lead to a communist takeover and collapse of their country. That is preposterous.
Russell Hall, thank you for this suggestion. All green energy is unreliable. Rely on fossil fuels to actually power the grid. Skyscrapers do not disrupt migration paths more than wind and solar.
They do cause more bird deaths.
Russell Hall is always there with the counter argument on an argument that I didn't care about in the first place.
Naturally. I don't care enough to continue engaging either. Have it your way, Russell. Believe what you want.
Oh my God, I just looked in my eye that entire time I had my camera off, and it's like something is cutting my eye. And no matter how much I look in my eyelids, I can't find anything.
I hate that feeling. That's terrible.
It's driving me absolutely crazy. The Leviathan, thank you for the member chat. Look up thorium molten salt nuclear reactors. All right, let's look this nuclear reactor thing up.
Oh wait, that might have been what I was talking about. Molten salt reactors?
Yes.
Yeah. They're really cool.
Okay. I'll look that up in a minute. I think I saw another one.
I did, definitely.
And then I'm going to check on my campaign. Mr. Joker 1128, thank you for that hat. Anna would make a great Giganta from the Giganta from the Justice League cartoon, and Jessi would be a great Giganta when they redesigned her with short hair. See, I think I would make a good Maxima because she was the woman from the Warrior Planet that came to Earth to spawn with Superman, and so she just spends the whole episode trying to capture Superman so she could mate with him.
Duh.
Because she decided that he would produce the ultimate offspring, and
that tracks.
Could you imagine? I think that suits me very well.
Yeah.
Thank you
that's
for the super chat. I'm gonna do an update or a refresh on the campaigns, and then I'm gonna go pee and put some droplets in my eyeball. So right now we're at 43,780 with 688 or 668 backers with 8 hours left. Holy moly. Whoa, hey, we're at 43,995 with 670 backers with 7 hours left for the first 30 days. Thank you so much, everyone. $5 away from 44,000. What should we do when it gets to 44,000, Jessi?
Take off our shirts and kill somebody on camera.
No. Disavow.
Are you sure? Are you sure that doesn't sound like fun?
Disavow.
No. That's joking, kidding. It was a joke. We should tell Russell Hall that we forgive him for all of his sins. I think we should stare at the camera and go, "This is a victory for women everywhere. Fuck all the men." As in, literally, we want to fuck all the men. We're not.
I do not want to do that.
No, just two, right?
Oh my God. My eye is killing me. This is driving me effing crazy. I can't tell you how many times I've looked in this mirror looking at my eye to see if there's something there.
I get that I used to get that with my contacts but the problem was, it's like if I got something too fuckety at the beginning of the day, it would just like mess up the contact slightly. And so the entire day, my contact would just keep stabbing me in the eye. And it was great fun. Oh my God, these little things. How does one make static not static to yourself? Yeah, Russell, you're full of useless information. Do you have an answer? What do you do? I don't remember what to do to decrease static electricity because these stupid things keep getting stuck to my hand and it's driving me fucking crazy.
If you have an answer to what's in my eye, that would also help me too, because this is driving me effing crazy. Oh, they're saying copper gets rid of the
static or the eye.
Yeah. I know. What does get rid of stuff? I feel like I used to know that answer. Oh my God.
Ooh, someone said dryer sheets. That's a good idea.
Yes, that's what it is. It's dryer sheets.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab one.
All right. Oh wow, we're at 328 likes. Thank you so much, everyone. So I don't know what to do for 44,000. I guess I can say thank you. I can show you a spoiler for cosplay. I have like a couple of cosplay props off to the side, but I really have to pee now, and I'm gonna just put a droplet in my eye when I run to the restroom. So I'm gonna have Jessi talk to all of you about her campaign a little bit more.
You guys are geniuses. Thank you. It totally worked. I appreciate it. So
Jessi, do you want to talk about this a little bit more? Let me switch us. Actually,
positively.
Okay, let's switch us because I'm gonna go run inside and go pee and all that, so you can talk.
Yeah. So Milestone Fencing Studio, it's a project that's been many, many years in the making for a lot.
Oh no, I don't know what happened to her, but I have to pee really, really bad, and I need to put water droplets in my eye. I bet you her. Here we go. What happened?
I don't know. I just got booted out. It just refreshed all of a sudden for no reason.
Oh no.
So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Okay. I'm going to go pee. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Okay. Fingers crossed. All right. So Milestone Fencing Studio. A lot of people don't actually realize I've been a fencer for 17 years now. And I've been coaching for a decade. I've been refereeing for about a decade. And during my time in the fencing world, it's become very clear that that our sport needs help, that it needs people who understand that fencing isn't about the ego of the coach or breeding Olympians or beating submission to your students so you can impart your great wisdom on the next generation. But it's about fostering an environment that preserves this age-old tradition. I mean, fencing is a sport with hundreds of years of tradition. It's one of the oldest Olympic sports. It's existed since the first modern Olympic Games in some form. And it's awesome. I mean, it exists in movies still today. It's movies are the reason I became a fencer. I talk about that in my little video, Why Fencing. It's on Milestone Fencing Studio if you guys want to check that out. There's a YouTube channel now. And it's given me so much. It's really, I'm like this weird disciple of fencing. I'm like this, fencing is my weird little cult. Because seriously, it sounds like I'm pitching you this miracle drug. Here, take fencing and you will be better at literally everything. But it's not a lie. I mean, one of my next videos, one of my early videos on the channel is going to be why fencing makes you a better driver. It does. It gives you a great sense of timing and distance. And beyond that, it teaches you how to watch for intention. So when I drive on the road now, I don't just see all the cars and where they're going, how fast they're going, et cetera, but you can also tell based on kind of almost the body language of the car, whether it's about to change lanes, speed up, slow down, do something, different. So that's something I got from fencing. Fencing is the thing that taught me how to cope with loss, how to cope with failure, with my own failure, how to be an independent person who carved my own path, but then also how to work with the team and understand how teammates helped me get to a goal, even if that journey felt very individualized. So it's something I could really sing its praises, in all of those regards. Outside of that, it's a badass sport. I mean, people can say about it what they want, but I mean, tennis is a very widely accepted sport. People love tennis. Hit a ball back and forth because everyone can understand the intensity that comes in volleying this ball back and forth. The buildup of, oh my God, can I get to the next volley or not? I don't know tennis terms, forgive me. Everyone understands that. I mean, fucking ping pong, we get that. Fencing takes that type of volley and adds it to a combat sport. And a lot of people, fencing not real. Fencing is more like real combat than most other forms of sword fighting that strive to be more historically accurate. That in their forms and weapons are, closer to their historical counterparts. But in terms of actually being like real combat, fencing is there. I started taking Krav Maga several years ago, and I had an upper hand right away because I understood timing and distance. I understood feints. I understood misdirection. I understood weight transfers and balance, and the importance of technique and not projecting your strike before it lands on the target. And I realized all of that I had gained from fencing. There's actually a day I was getting ready. Oh, welcome back. I was just talking about how wonderful fencing is. But there was a day at Krav Maga where I was there at the end of practice, and my instructor was getting some one-on-one knife instruction from his instructor. And I was watching, and one of them had remembered that I was a fencer. Like, oh, you're that fencer, right? And I'm like, yeah. So he handed me the play knife or the practice knife and said, here, try a little bit. And afterwards he observed, he was like, whenever you guys worked linearly, you were at me who didn't know anything about this actually did a better job just from that baseline, knowing nothing about knife fighting, but having that sense of, from fencing, if I could work somebody into operating on my plane of existence, I could take down somebody who actually knew what the fuck they were doing. So fun facts. Fun facts. Fencing has real world applications. Also, awesome swag, a great YouTube channel attached to it, and people. I don't know. Cool, good stuff. Children winning medals, adults winning medals, everyone winning medals, community, friendship, those things. Giants,
I just
revenge.
eye stuff in my eye.
Is it helping?
Feel a little better. Yeah, it does feel a little better. It was kind of a mission to put this in.
Ugh. Yeah.
But I did it.
I have worked with people who are putting in colored contacts for acting and stuff like that, who have never had to put in contacts before, and it is really, really funny watching someone try to put something in their eye who is not used to it.
Look who came to say hi.
Tulip! Hello, baby girl. How are you? How is the princess? She's such a...
What?
Oh.
She wants food.
Yep.
She's also in crazy mode. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
She's so sweet. She's so full of love. She's so full of This little dog, he's so sweet. She was a pumpkin for Halloween.
Oh, I want to see the pictures.
She my baby.
She's so precious.
She is
Ours last night, all 4 of them were just like, we're zooming. We're just going to run around like psychopaths through the apartment all night long.
That's usually what they do. She's a baby, bro. She's so sweet. She's so full of love. Ziggy had to have a bath.
I found a Burt's Bees waterless like spray-on shampoo that I sprayed on all of them and brushed it through. I don't know how well it would work on a long-haired buddy, but
I'm about to shave those damn cats again. They get knots like crazy, but no, Ziggy, because he is not exactly the smartest bulb. He doesn't know how to poop correctly, and so he ends up just getting poop clumped all over his ass. And so you literally have to take a hose and spray his ass off. And so I had to do that. I had to do that because it was so disgusting. And it happened overnight. I'm like, Ziggy, what the hell did you do? And so he had to get a full-on bath. And he was happy for a minute, and then he decided to get dirty again. And I'm like, you fucker.
Little asshole. I have a video of the first full bath I ever gave my horse one season. It's like, so as the way it goes, it's after like the first day that it's actually warm enough in the spring that you can bathe your horse after a long dusty winter and all shedding out and stuff. You get the shampoo out, you get them all nice, you get them done up real good. You try to dry them off as much as possible and walk them around. The second I turned that asshole loose in the field, the first thing he does was flop and just grind himself into the dirt. Magical.
They always do that. They every single time.
It's the way they say thank you.
The first thing they want to do is go roll in the dirt.
Mm-hmm. That's how they
She'll
say
do
thank
the
you.
Exact same thing too. Little shit.
Naturally.
Did any super chats come in? I don't want to miss any.
Yes, there was at least one.
Okay. Oh, I think I see it. It's who do you think it's from, Jessi?
Our good friend Russell.
You know who I haven't seen in forever is Snarkticon DM.
Yeah.
He did not like me for the longest time, and then I recognized his little icon was Chowder, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love Chowder, which is like the cartoon. And he was like, I didn't like Anna at first. Now I do. I was like, oh. I hope he's okay. Russell, thank you so much. If you're going to use your fencing skills for self-defense, make sure you're not on a public street during a riot and give a couple of warning flashes. Yeah, I don't think I would ever do that, but good advice, Russell. Thank you for the super chat.
There was a news story not long ago, where some years ago, where somebody broke into a woman's house who happened to be an epee fencer, and she pulled out her epee and successfully defended herself from the robber.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was like, wow, epee of all weapons. That's the stupid one. Well, that's the really stupid one.
I'm going to do a little refresh because we were $5 away from 44,000. So let's see if we went up. So we're at 43,995 with 607 backers or 70 backers. I'm going to do a little refresh. Hey, 44,000. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. I wonder if we could get to 45. I'm not entirely sure if we could. Jessi, how do you do a featured tier?
When you go into the campaign editor for the it's under perks, you can set one as there's like a button to select as featured perk. There's like a little might be a little drop down menu on it. Jeff showed it to me, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. It's back already.
Oh no.
My eye was fine for a minute.
That's the worst.
I don't know what could possibly be in it.
It's almost worse too when you think for a second that you've got it, and then it's like, no, it's back.
And then it just goes back to absolute hell. Oh my god. I almost cosplayed as this dude. Why am I blanking on his name? Dude from Clockwork Orange.
Oh, fucking oh yeah, I always.
One of my friends was him for Halloween, but Alex, thank you. I don't know why I just had a total brain fart.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, it's worse now. I'm gonna put more. What the hell is going on?
Pain. pain and suffering.
But you know what's weird? It's coming from underneath my top eyelid. So I was like, maybe it's my eyelashes. Maybe there's like a hair there.
Maybe.
But I don't see anything. Like I've looked so many times in my damn eye.
Ugh. It's just uncomfortable. Maybe you have a scratch in it. Sometimes if you get a little scratch, sometimes you get a scratch and it feels like there's something there, and then it just feels like it's there forever. Because fuck. Yeah.
Oh my god! I think I know. I think there's a white hair stuck to my eyelashes.
Solution.
Nope.
No?
No, I thought so. I'm sorry, everyone. Ah, fuck.
F in the chat for Anna's eye.
Well, because one time I had like a white, long, like little static hair that was like stuck on my eyelashes and it was in my eye.
Mm-hmm. Gross. I get cat hairs in my belly button.
Oh.
Yep. I get cat hairs everywhere. I get cat hairs in my ears too. I gotta clean my ears and cat hair. Gross. Super gross. Huh?
Oh my gosh. So Jessi, I got this tool and it's like a camera with a light that you can stick in your ear and it records. So you can see in your ear.
Oh, whoa. Weird.
It was only like $25 on Amazon.
Huh.
It's great. I love it.
Nifty.
Maybe I should stick it in my eye and see if I can see what's in this damn thing.
Maybe it'll help.
Well,
2 out of 3 boxes done.
Oh geez. Well, eye difficulties, everyone. I apologize. This is driving me crazy. It's been driving me crazy all day. I apologize for letting it interrupt the stream. I'm going to put more droplets in my eye and see if I can fix it, and then I'll get back on camera. But thank you, everyone, so much for being here. Thank you for smashing the like button. I appreciate it.
Yay.
How's going?
How's the what? What'd you say?
Sorry, hold on. How was your fencing talk?
Oh, it was delightful. I've realized that once I get on a roll with fencing, I can just keep going forever on it.
It's like me with art.
Yeah, it's really like, I mean, it's such a cool sport. It's so much fun too.
Like I'm crying.
I'm really lucky right now. Every coaches always look for that like one student, like the student where you just work super well with. You get that like Vulcan mind meld. They get everything. They're like picking up everything you're laying down. I've got that student right now, and it's perfect because like she's the perfect age. It's the beginning of my serious coaching career, or like my coaching career of having my own, finally having my own spot. But like the culmination of my journeyman coaching career, learning everything I need to know. It's just a very nice position to be in right now. Like a lot of coaches there's a coach that jokingly offered me 27 of his students for mine last competition. And another one. Yeah, for my one. And another one, a former Olympian who now coaches in SoCal, who came up to me because his student accidentally bell punched my student in the face and she needed to take a second to recover. And so he walks by me and jokingly goes, "Yeah, that's the only way my girls can beat yours." So, I mean, like literally people are gunning for like, it's very exciting because it's like, I can't overhype this enough. I've got this fucking amazing student and like, I get to take a lot of credit for that. It's really cool. So
that's awesome. This is the little girl that you go like see like how many times a week?
I teach her, or I give her lessons 5 days a week now.
Jeez.
Yeah, every single morning we work for an hour, and then she is at another club right now for group classes. And obviously, once we have our club, she'll be up. She's like, "I'm an assistant coach at your club, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course, Coach Jolene."
Wow.
Her mom's like, "So she's working for you. I don't have to pay you, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, that's how this works. I will use your daughter for free slave labor forever and gladly help her get to the Olympics free of charge in return." That's Like me helping your daughter continue to succeed at fencing is just me continuing to sell my own brand. So,
I would just you're a lot nicer than I would. I'd be like, no, this is experience. So she gets discounted lessons.
Right. No, what it'll be is basically she pays for her own lessons. Is that her work hours essentially go towards paying for her own fencing. So mom's not paying for fencing anymore. She's
should
just
have her teach me how to fence. That would be a funny video.
Oh my God, I 1000%
A child
will.
teaching me how to fence.
Dude, let's do it.
I am the most uncoordinated. Like, I'm an imbecile when it comes to people teaching me how to do things. Like, I took dance for 12 years, Jessi, and I cannot dance.
Wow. What type of dance?
Jazz, tap, and ballet.
Wow. I didn't ever know that, I don't think. I feel like you've just never mentioned that. And
it's hell. And it was a time of my life that I would very much rather forget and pretend like it never happened. But it did.
Yep.
And I can't dance. I look like a retarded penguin having a seizure.
But I wonder how you'd be with fencing, because you are very good with you have to have a good relationship with your hand and your eye to be an artist. So that's more the type of hand-eye relationship as opposed to true like ball sport hand-eye coordination. So you'd probably actually be very, very good with the blade. And if you just learn, and in fact, learning fencing footwork might kind of work for you, because it's once you figure it out, it almost helps you if you're less balanced, because it's a very prescribed way to move that kind of keeps you more balanced. So I wonder. But I definitely think we should make the video of Jolene giving you a lesson, because that would be awesome. She's like the one, you'd actually feel like a normal sized adult around her too, because she's the tiniest little thing.
How old is she?
She's 11.
Oh, my eye. It's hurting. Let me see. That's all the music is that. What happened to Snarch Goddamn? You accused us of being the same person several times, Anna. Is it any wonder he felt insulted and left? Oh, that is true, Russell Hall. I do. I see what I did there. Russell, thank you for that. I emphasize, I've had I've had pews in my teeth before. That's disgusting. I can relate though, but thank you, Russell Hall, for the super chat.
I think we all. Yeah. What? Okay. So here's a question. There's a poll if you want to throw a poll up. What's more annoying, a hair in your eye or a pube in your teeth?
A hair in your eye.
I think a hair in your eye.
Yeah.
Although pubes in your teeth are like, of all the things that get stuck in your teeth, it is one of the most like annoying ones. Just saying.
I think, it's more annoying when my hair gets stuck in my mouth, but it's like gets all the way into the back of my throat. And then I'm just like, I can feel it there.
Yeah.
And it's always when I'm sleeping, because I like toss and turn when I sleep. So it drives me absolutely crazy, because I'll just wake up and there'll be like a hair in the back of my throat and I'm like trying to get it out. It drives me absolutely crazy.
Short hair people do not have these problems. That's nice.
Lucky you. Aren't you cool? Russell, I'll take a super chat. You need to have a reading contest with Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash would win.
Is he also dyslexic though?
I don't know. I think he just gets drunk.
Oh, that's fair. Matt Deckard was on my stream last night. He was great. That people freaking loved him, but he could not read. Like, he got to a point where he just could not read anymore, and it was kind of hysterical. There was one person in my chat too who insisted, like, he just was convinced that Matt looked like he needed to kill a man, and I'm like, okay.
You know what's funny is I was really drunk and I was able to read an entire article without stopping or stuttering or getting any of the words wrong. And I was like, I've never had this happen before in my life.
That makes perfect sense to me, actually.
Yeah.
Because alcohol depresses, like, it slows everything down. So if it's everything kind of slowed down for a second, it's like you probably had a chance to not get caught in the traps of like stuttering or stumbling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like slowed everything down enough that when you felt like you were going at a normal speed, it was actually like your brain had slowed down enough to like catch yourself before you stumbled on those things.
Interesting. I really liked the movie The King's Speech, like the part where he put the headphones on and made him read Shakespeare and he does it without stuttering. Like that was cool. I was like, I wish that I could do something like that and not,
That's awesome.
read all weird. Russell, thank you super chat. Anna, I think you could take him. Oh, Yellow Flash? I don't know. I don't think so. You apparently overthink reading, Anna. I think I do, actually. I think I get really nervous about it because I remember being in class and, just having to read in front of people. And I'm like, I could stand up and talk in front of people and it doesn't bother me. I can give a presentation and completely bullshit the entire thing. And I could do that in front of people and it doesn't faze me. But when it comes to reading in front of people or even just one person, I get very self-conscious.
Yep. Well, stress, feelings of anxiety make it much, definitely exacerbate stutter and stutters for sure. I know that. When I get really anxious, sometimes people don't actually notice how bad of a stutter I have and a stammer I have a lot of the time because I talk so fucking fast. But I actually do a ton. And the more nervous I am, the worse it gets. But the more nervous I am, the faster I talk. So the less people even notice because I just kind of fly through my words. And I think that when I stutter for a second, it gives people enough time to catch up with whatever the fuck I'm saying.
I've noticed that I repeat things a lot. Like I repeat myself like the same exact thing when I know I'm going to tell a story.
Foghorn Leghorn yourself?
Yeah, I do. I do that all the time.
I do too.
It's starting to drive me crazy because I'm noticing it. And I say that, I do that a lot. And then I also, I say, all the time. And it drives me crazy when I'm filming a video. And then I go to edit it. And I'm like, I have said, 10 times within the first minute of this video. And it drives me fucking crazy.
Mine is, I have this, that's my fucking filler. It's this big obnoxious. And I always attach it to the end or beginning of a word. So it makes it impossible to edit it out.
I try not to say, Well, I took a class where we had each class we had to give like a presentation, and if we said like or it subtracted points from our overall because we start off with 100 and each time we make a mistake he subtracts a certain amount of points. So I think they were both like subtract 5 points for like 10 points.
Woof.
Yeah. So it teaches you real fast because each week is basically a test, which is you giving the presentation, and it has to be like under 5 minutes. But so, if you've said like 10 times, you obviously get a 0 for the day, and then that goes to your overall grade. See,
I would just rehearse, so I would know exactly what I was going to say. Because if I'm rehearsed, no problem. See, I just did the there. Say, I think I got rid of and now it's which is slightly less obnoxious, but still bad. I've been having a problem lately with compounding likes. A like here and there is whatever, but I've been having the problem where I will just get stuck on the word like. I'll be talking and then all of a sudden, like. What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, who cares anymore? I don't know. Brain. It's stress brain. That's where all my speaking patterns break down very much in proportion to the amount of stress that I'm feeling. That's an easy way to tell how stressed Jessi is.
How much sense by how much energy I have.
That makes sense.
Like if I'm tired, like say I just did it twice. I said like the more, oh my God, the more tired I am, the more I say like, the more I say or the more I repeat myself. And when I'm not tired and I'm just high on my caffeine and I'm going a million miles a minute, I feel like I don't do that as much. Now I'm self-conscious about my umming. When I get tired, I just do this thing where I will like trail off mid-thought and then just quit. Just be like, I don't remember what I was just saying and I'm not going to try, and just move on as if it never happened. So that's mine. Hey, Raging Rhino's here. What's up, Rhino? Oh, what's up, dude? I'm supposed to be on the full Aussie this week. I might be a little bit of a zombie, but I will be there.
I've been meaning to see Rhino about getting you guys back on one of mine too, because who doesn't love the Aussies? I mean, come on.
I know, they're so much fun.
They are
Great
great.
thinkers too.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah. I'm still excited for my Jessi Fest in Australia where I get to fight Lethal Lightning finally.
I want to go to Australia with you.
That's gonna be awesome. Well, it's always been the plan. First Jessi Fest, Australia, main event, me and Lethal in a ring, full SmackDown.
Oh my god.
His idea. He's the one who wants to do it. Everyone thinks it's hilarious that they're gonna get to watch him completely lose to a girl. I'm just excited to fight a guy who's not afraid to hold back.
Well, you know what's sad is like before we had to wait till our country stopped burning, and now it's like we have to wait till they, stop with their insane lockdown things. I saw this video where like cops were going through stores to make sure that everyone had their jab passports, and I'm like, oh my god, this is insane.
It is weird. Weird.
Do they even have Amazon in Australia?
Yes, they do.
Because I'm like, I would go insane if I didn't have Amazon just here, and I can go to the store and not have to worry about getting stopped.
Okay, have I shared this thing with you? And this is like truly proof that Jeff Bezos is an evil man. Jeff Bezos has all of our wish lists. He has all of our addresses. He has access to drones, shipping, all of the stuff everywhere. Jeff Bezos, if he wanted to, could literally be Santa Claus. He chooses not to be.
That's
thing is, it would barely even call like, and think about the goodwill, all of the goodwill he would get from becoming Santa Claus would so immediately offset the price of buying every fucking person on Amazon a gift.
That would actually be funny if he did a Christmas. He said, if you all make a Christmas wish list, one random item from that will get selected. And of course, there'll be like terms and conditions, like nothing over like $100 or something like that.
Yeah. He should, but he won't because he's on a mission to become the world's first trillionaire, and that's what matters. You heard how he asked Tom Hanks for $28 million he asked Tom Hanks to like give him $28 million to be the guy he took to space with him.
Wait, what?
Jeff Bezos wanted Tom Hanks to pay him $28 million to go to space with him. He approached Tom Hanks and was like, yo, if you give me $28 million, I will take you to space. And Tom Hanks was like, fuck you.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Elon will probably shoot me up there for free.
It's like, yeah, right? I mean, dude, Jeff Bezos probably lost $28 million in the time that it took out of his day to go talk. Actually, no, probably made that money, rather, with his passive income. In the time it took to go and talk to Tom Hanks, probably made $28 million just standing there. So, like, bro, consider that your payment and offer it for free. Seriously. But I guess he learned his lesson.
I wish that Cribs was still on, because I would like to see what kind of house a man like Jeff Bezos lives in.
I would fucking kill to see that shit. It's like all the most futuristic gadgets imported from wherever they're made, like from Dubai and Tokyo. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, it's probably him trying to be like a flashy dude. So I lost all respect for Jeff Bezos when he disrespected William Shatner after sending him into outer space, and his hoochie mama girlfriend with the big old duck lips and the fake teased hair. And it's like, girl, who are you trying to play? You're dressing like you're a teenager in the 1990s or 2000s, and you're literally at least 40-something years old. You're getting in the way of William Shatner. He's a recovering alcoholic, and you're spraying champagne all over him. Like, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And then I found out, I'm like, this is the bitch that he cheated on his wife with. Like, at first I was like, when you saw pictures of Jeff Bezos' wife, or his ex-wife now, and it's like, wow, she was like actually out of his league. And then it's like, oh yeah, Jeff Bezos and his wife are getting divorced. She's going to be the richest woman in the world. And I was like, oh, well, like, yeah, good for her. But I'm like, I wonder what happened, like, And then she got married so quickly after. I was like, oh, okay, what was going on there? And then it's like, no, he left her for the hoochie mama chick. And it's like, dude, you're a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. Well, Money, it turns out money doesn't fix stupid.
No, it just makes it brings out the worst in people sometimes, which I think is the case with Jeff. But that being said, if Elon Musk wants to send me to outer space, I will go. I want to go to outer space. That's the top thing on my bucket list.
I don't care if I ever go to outer space or not.
I've always wanted to go to outer space.
I guess I would if I had the opportunity, but if I die never going to space, I'm fine with that. It's definitely intriguing. It's definitely something at one point I wanted, but I'm like, it's also terrifying.
Exactly. Checkpoint. William Shatner seems super uncomfortable with those people. He just stared out the window the whole time while everyone was bouncing around. I know. I felt so bad for him. Poor William Shatner. They should have had the Star Trek fan club host that, and it would have been so much better. Russell, thank you for the super chat. How many Christmas presents would Bezos have to buy you to forgive him for the way he treated William Shatner? What's your price, Anna? No, he'd have to publicly apologize to William Shatner and give him a better welcoming party, which he can't do.
Yeah, seriously.
You can't buy me. You disrespected William Shatner, you're dead to me, mofo.
That's right, you asshole. Shat's the man.
Let me see. I think I am all 100% cut off.
Just got another one.
Russell, thank you for super chat. What if Bezos bought the 5K bot plug tier? That's not a bot plug tier. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, somebody said Henry Cavill doll. I'm like, what if he gave me Henry Cavill?
Conundrum.
You know what? A puppy goes a long way. If a puppy magically showed up on my doorstep and she looked like the puppy too, I might be on the road to forgiveness.
That's very reasonable. I can.
Yeah, you can buy my I guess my forgiveness with animals because I like animals.
There you go. Cute, fluffy things can buy forgiveness.
Yeah,
that's pretty reasonable.
My eye is starting to hurt again, but we're at an hour and a half. I'm gonna do a look at the campaigns again, and I think we can actually, just call it. Jessi, are you cool with that? I know you got work to do.
Yeah, no problem. And you got an eye itch, which is clearly.
I know. I need to go. I think what happens when I have eye problems is if I take a shower, either the water from the shower or the steam from the shower flushes it out. But I hope so. But so let's actually check on yours first. So everyone, Jessi's link is the first one in the description of this video. If you guys would like to support Jessi and her fencing endeavors and, help, because this all goes to, her getting the space to do her fencing club, go ahead and back it. The link is the very first one in the description of this video. It's moved a little bit today, which is good.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Have you been promoting it a lot, Jessi?
I should be doing a better job of it, but I have somebody who's going to be bringing a bunch of promotional stuff to the next national event since I can't go. I did hand out a bunch of flyers this weekend, and I did have somebody. I have a friend at another fencing club who's talking to potential big investors. So that's exciting. Yeah,
that is exciting. Hopefully, we can make this happen for you. So I'm going to do a little bit of a refresh and see. I'm sorry.
That's all good. We did get another backer today, so thank you very much to whoever that was.
Yeah, one is better than none, so thank you.
Very
and then
excited to see that.
We'll do a final refresh on mine. I know I said to everyone that I would show you guys a spoiler for a costume if we got to 44, so I will give what I promised. So we're at 44,075. Let's do a little refresh. 400 or 44. 275. Thank you so much. So like promised, I will show you a little spoiler. See if you can figure out what character this would go to. I wonder. There's a little spoiler for a costume cosplay. So yeah, everyone, I think I've read. Oh, I got a couple.
Two more.
And then I'm gonna call it a night for this stream. I might be streaming on Cecil or Ethan's channel a little bit later. It already is way past my bedtime, but
And we are going to take next week off, most likely, because of
Thanksgiving. We are both going to be out of town we're both going to be traveling for Thanksgiving, so our stream will be canceled next week. Just FYI to everyone. Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Russell, thank you for that. I bet he could at least give you some Cavill news. I could probably find those too, though, somewhere.
Fair enough.
I could
True
probably
that.
figure
I'll bet you could track some down.
swindle my way to get some. Dr. Covenant's language super chat. Go to space, Anna. The cosmic rays will give you even more mutant powers. Oh my god.
Ha!
Could you imagine if I came back from outer space and I had superpowers?
That would be badass.
I would just be flying everywhere.
That would be awesome. I would go to
awesome.
space if that were the case. If
But
superpowers
thank
were a
you.
byproduct, I'd go to space.
Thank you for the super chat. There will be another cosplay video on Tuesday. There'll probably be some more updates as well because I'm doing my first shoot tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, everyone go sub to the channel or my channel, go sub to Jessi's channel, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that the notification bell is actually set to all, that way you do get your notifications, because if it is set to personalized or none, those are basically the same thing. You won't get any notifications. Also, make sure that you are still subscribed, because both of our channels, I think it's safe to say, are shadow banned, and they are unsubscribing people left and right. So make sure that you're still subscribed.
By the way, if you do get unsubscribed, if you have any way to submit a help forum, take a screenshot and then send it somewhere. If there's any way that you can contact YouTube and send it to them, that's what they told me to tell you to do. I'm like, I don't know how you're going to contact them because they make it very difficult to contact them. But they said if that's the problem you're having, to take the screenshots and to contact them directly to let them know. Because that's just the fun way to create.
Yeah, there's
more
no way
lies.
to contact. At them on Twitter with screenshots.
True story.
Because that's the only way to get a hold of them. Russell, thank you for super chat. If they existed, you'd have found them. That is true. That's true, Russell. Thank you for reminding me. Dr. Coffinails, thank you for the super. It's the member chat. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Oh, thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving, Dr. Coffinails.
Nico, thank you for the super chat. What about space sharks, though?
Come on, that's not fair.
That's not fair. Fuck you. Thank you for the super chat. Go subscribe to the channels. Go back the IndieGoGos. And guys, I will see you all a little bit later. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Is it terrible when they scream? No.